Hello, and welcome to today's reflection from the Holy Trinity here in Formby. This morning's Bible reading is taken from Luke chapter 9, verses 28 to 36, and it's the story of the Transfiguration. About 8 days after Jesus said this, he took Peter, John, and James with him and went up onto a mountain to pray. As he was praying, the appearance of his face changed, and his clothes became as bright as a flash of lightning. 2 men, Moses and Elijah, appeared in glorious splendor talking to Jesus. They spoke about his departure, which he was about to bring to fulfillment at Jerusalem. Peter and his companions were very sleepy. When they became fully awake, they saw his glory and the 2 men standing with him. As the men were leaving Jesus, Peter said to him, "Master, is it good for us to be here? Let us put up 3 shelters, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah." He did not know what he was saying. While he was speaking, a cloud appeared and covered them, and they were afraid as they entered the cloud. A voice came from the cloud saying, "This is my Son, whom I have chosen. Listen to him." And the voice had spoken. They found that Jesus was all alone again. The disciples kept this to themselves and did not tell anyone of what they had seen. This is the word of the Lord. Metamorphosis. If you've ever taken a biology lesson, then you will have heard of this word regularly. It's one of the most remarkable biological events in nature. Metamorphosis is when an ugly, crawly creature like a caterpillar undergoes a complete transformation and comes out radically different: beautiful, delicate butterfly or a moth. To me, it defies explanation and is one of the wonders of nature and a part of the world that God has made. But as we've heard in today's reading, the Bible has a more remarkable story of a metamorphosis. Jesus himself metamorphosized into something radically different. His face changed and his clothes shone as bright as a flash of lightning. Luke goes on to mention that Peter and his companions were very sleepy, but then they became fully awake. They saw his glory and the 2 men standing with him, Moses and Elijah. Many times, just like the disciples, Jesus acts as a wake-up call to us when we need it most. The Transfiguration was a special event in which God allowed Peter, John, and James to experience his divine glory in a profound way, and it strengthened their faith. Jesus made himself truly present in front of the disciples. And this is still true today. God makes his presence known to us in many different ways. Some are more profound than others. It may be a simple act of kindness, a smile or positive comment, the beauty that we see in nature, or an answered prayer. Oftentimes we experience God's grace when we least expect it. When God reveals himself to us in our daily lives, we are called to act as disciples and live out his message. We're called to open up our hearts to those who need it most, to lend a helping hand, and to be good neighbours, maybe calling a friend who we haven't seen for a while to see how they're doing, or volunteering in an organisation. When Jesus is seemingly not present in our lives, we are called to open our eyes and seek him out. In the hustle and bustle of everyday life, it is important occasionally to step back and find God. Slow down to give ourselves the opportunity to be revealed to him. To put it in the words of a 1980s comedy film star, Ferris Bueller, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look round once in a while, you could miss it. So today, take a moment to stop, look around, and allow God to reveal himself and guide you to be a disciple of Christ. Let us pray. As we remember the story of the Transfiguration today, we ask, Lord, that you show yourself to us so that we can see your full glory. Help us to act as disciples and live out this message in our daily lives. Help us to be good neighbours, to serve those in need, to show kindness to all, and lend a helping hand wherever and whenever it is required. Amen. Thank you for joining me today for our reflection. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you all again really soon. Thank you. Goodbye.